Banette feels like potentially one of the most powerful underexplored cards in this expansion so far. Its ability feels incredibly powerful game in and game out that I've been playing with it, and the templating on it is kind of unique. What's noteworthy about this card that locks your opponent out of attaching energy to their active Pokemon on the following turn is that this effect is deployed globally as opposed to specifically on the opposing active Pokemon, which has a couple of repercussions. First is that evolving your opponent's Pokemon does not let them get out of this effect. And the second is that if Banette is knocking out the opponent with its attack, this effect applies to the next Pokemon that's coming up. This ability also doesn't just apply to the energy that you drag out from your energy zone each turn. It stops the opponent from using Misty or a Giratina ability or anything else that's sliding energy from the energy zone explicitly onto the active. This means one of the only ways to get energy onto their active after Banette has attacked on the previous turn is something like Dawn, which is pretty narrow and not in a lot of decks right now. When we combined Banette with Sabrina and copies of Team Rocket Grunt, along with the fact that a lot of decks in the current metagame are skimping on cards like X Speed and Leaf in favor of other utility cards, you get a card that very regularly is locking your opponent's lead Pokemon in, giving you a guaranteed point or two and lots of time to build up your other attackers. In enter our copy of Mewtwo EX, which is our finisher behind Banette locking people out. This deck list isn't a Banette one trick, however. We also have things like Farfetch'd and Psychic or Choreo to support Banette in knocking things out. And we have Tapu Lele, which looks a little bit counterintuitive with Banette on the surface, but what ends up happening is while you lock in your opponent's first thing and slowly knock it out, they often build up a lot of energy on something in the back line, which lets Tapu Lele often have a 1 energy attack that hits for a lot of damage very efficiently. At any rate, I hope you enjoy the game highlights with this deck. I think it does a phenomenal job of showcasing the power of both Banette and Tapu Lele. If you enjoy off-meta brews being explored like this, make sure you subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any of the other upcoming things that we're going to be checking out. If you like this deck in particular, be sure you smash the like button on the video. For the rest of the day, have fun with this one. The way this card is templated, by the way, it stops Stoke. Just so everybody understands. Oh, I can buy a flare for this with just Stardust, right? Is the way this works, because you can't get a second copy. I should go do that. This is our first time I played with this promo since I got it. Do I want to keep this to deny a knockout? No, I want to save the cape for the Mewtwo so it can survive a 150, I think. Man, if that Rocket Grunt had hit, Banette would have soloed this thing, which would have been insane. Would have been actually just nuts. Yeah, Banette stops Stoke. It stops them from attaching energy during their following turn. Come on, let's hit heads and give them a show, gamer. Come on, Grunts. God bless America. Oh, wait. Oh, I messed up. I was supposed to, maybe I'm supposed to Sabrina and lock them in to charge the Mewtwo up. I think is what I was supposed to do. I still have the opportunity to kind of do that next turn. So I'm gonna do this, and I'm gonna Leech Slap, and then next turn we'll Sabrina up the Charmander and kind of lock it in while we charge the Mewtwo to finish this. I think is the line. Oh my goodness, they evolved. So if they don't have a Sabrina here, they're actually dead. Is this deck insane? Is this deck insane? Is this card nuts? Is this card nuts? I think it might be nuts. It's kinda crazy. No, they can't attach if they evolve. It's not a status condition attached to the Pokemon. It's a global effect just on the board. Yeah, they need to be playing Leaf, which, like, these Charizard decks are basically never playing. That's what this card does. It punishes the lack of X speeds and Leafs in the metagame. So, what happens here? Well, what happens here is I shouldn't have attached my energy for the turn. That's what freaking happens here. Holy sweet mother of God. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. Oh, man. Oh, man. Tapu Lele. Look at how pretty she is. My goodness. Nuclear launch detected. All right, eat your heart out, Hitmonlee. Pew! And then even if they have second Charizard here, they can only get to 4 energy next turn, and then Banette comes back up and bonds them again. I'm gonna be really sad I played this deck on stream later, aren't I? Playing against this is gonna be miserable. Okay, the Litten here does not make them just dead. The Litten means they can retreat this. However, I think that means we just go energy on Mewtwo, energy arrow for 80, right? They're not dead on board. They can retreat the Charizard, and then my second Tapu is only dealing 20 to it. And they can put Incineroar up, and they can start attacking. We're still favored, I think, but they're not just dead. All right, so this isn't lethal. And then I think we just put Banette up here, right? And we hit this so they can't, or we just top deck Sabrina and they die. That'll work too. Mewtwo. Mewtwo looking lovely as our finisher. That was pretty slick. Vaporeon's a good call out, and that potentially works around it as well, yes. Hold on to my cape for the time being. Yes, Volcaner would work through it. Good call out. Attaches from the discard pile, not the energy zone. Do not like this, Rocky Helmet. Do not like it, Sam. I am. Put a cape on here so that way they have to have Berry plus Candy plus Ninja to clear the Tapu Lele. I don't think there's room for a second Mallow in most Serena decks, especially the double stage 2 Serena decks. I think you would typically rather have copies of Lily. I think I'm chilling on this for now. It's close though. Putting this down to a nice clean 80 means that Oricorio here knocks it out if they bury me, which is slick. Small sample size, but I'm currently 0-3 in games getting thanks with this deck while playing it. Yeah, that sounds right. Opponent missing Metastaple Oricorio here on the bench. Probably the first time playing into it. That water energy is going to go unused or unuseful here. To crack them for 80 now. Does their deck normally play water and psychic energy? Yeah, typically. My builds from the tournaments this past weekend did. I mean, my hand's pretty schmedium, so I think I'll take the redraw here. I'd like a what's it called for here would be nice. Yeah, that guy. I'd like that one. I don't think I'm playing Shuppet out here because I think I want the flexibility to play a Tapu Lele out because I have a second copy of that. Could be good into this Tina at some point. So they can retreat this Froakie, but they can't candy it and attack with it, which is ideal for us. Okay, now I think I'm playing the other Shuppet out because they're going to take this clear with Tina, and then if they don't, well, I guess they're going to put the energy on here. I was going to say I could Sabrina this up. Although, if I Team Rocket the Tina and we hit heads, we can Banette to stop it from going again, yeah? which should be nice. So we'll see what they do here. Oh my goodness, they put an energy on Starlax, my sweet summer child. This card's so difficult to play into. We played against Banette the other day for the first time, and I made so many mistakes. It's just such weird play patterns. Now, they could have an X speed, would get us here, but usually the opponent's deck doesn't have room for that. Lima with the Starlax would have been more likely, but they didn't put it up, so I assume that's a no. Some of the opponent's decks run Ilima, but not all of them. Pokemon Center Lady, I mean, that buys you a redraw. Well, the question is, do they have an X speed or a leaf to draw to? Otherwise, you're just bonded forever here. Bound forever? And again, this is not a status condition associated with the active Pokemon that you can evolve out of. It is a global effect. So they're dead to Mewtwo charging up here. Mewtwo's ready to blast for 150. Yeah, this deck has a lot of very unique lines of play. I'm gonna go Farfetch'd. I'm gonna go Tapu Lele. I'm not sure I want to commit this, because I do have Banette and Mewtwo that I might want these last two slots to be, so I think we're chilling for now. I want to play out at least one Tapu, because there's been a lot of Mars in red card. I want to get that out on the bench, but I think we hold back the rest for the time being. Yeah, this is kind of sweet here. Tapu Lele is such a powerful effect. Honestly, I think I don't Team Rocket Grunt here, right? I think it's just swap this, Tapu you for 60, and then next turn we're threatening 80 if they put another energy on it. And honestly, I was going to play another one out, just so we have it. Is Oricoreo's Revenge active if he's in your hand when your Pokemon goes down for sneaky attack? It will be, yeah, but it has to go down from an attack. It can't go down from like a Tina shot or something like that. A Tina or a Rocky Helmet or whatnot. Oh my goodness, do they not have another basic? And honestly, even if they do have another basic, I could Sabrina it up and tap the Giratina while it's in the back line, right? Good night. Thank you, Tapu. Solid punish there for their clunky draw. We're going second. We lead on the Shuppet. Do we lead on the Shuppet? Maybe I lead on the Farfetch, actually, against Metal Energy. The most common Metal Energy is, Skarmory lead, and Farfetch is pretty solid into Skarmory lead. Poison Barb. Rude. Do we just Sabrina so I don't get poisoned? I think so. I think it's just Sabrina and then correct this for 40. It's a little aggressive though. Sabrina has a lot of utility in this deck, so it could be wrong to use it like this. Okay, so I go hit you, and they go energy hit me, and then Shuppet clears, and this comes up, and the Banette locks it. Don't want to hide the Banette for the time being, says Local Man about to be red carded. I'll play the Cape out to make shuffling our hand away look less appealing. Yeah, our Guzma top deck would be insane here, obviously. But even without it, if they don't have a third basic here, we're in a pretty good spot. So if they don't have another basic, we get to take this knockout with the Banette, and then the Cosmog can't have an energy on it next turn. So even if they have Rare Candy plus Leo, they're stuck. But they can't attack. I guess they can teleport out. This needs an energy to attack, but teleporting out also means they need another basic still. And if they don't have a basic this turn, Team Rocket Grunt could lock them in perpetuity. I'm probably supposed to play Tapu out here to play around Sabrina. Alright, I know we hadn't flipped any heads on you yet today, Team Rocket, but I'm gonna need you to calm down, okay? I'm gonna need you to calm down. And they're leaving because their Cosmog is locked at this point, meaning they're too far behind. This is another matchup where Banette's ability is probably only okay, huh? They don't really have very high energy requirements. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with my Flexa spot share. I have the OC6 is the model that I'm currently sitting in. And then the Sabrina here just looks absolutely killer, huh? We get to go ahead and pull this Rampardos up to the front, and then they just can't attach energy to it now. Yeah, two Sabrina is definitely must-have with this card. This type of setup is so disgusting. This thing is literally just cooked now. There's no way they're playing Leaf or 2x speed in their deck, right? So it's just gonna get slowly murdered over the course of the next few turns here. Yeah, I saw some people playing Giratina as a top end for Banette, and seeing how this game plays out, I could see maybe like a Mewtwo EX being okay. But there's also a real risk with having that as your lead Pokemon, right? I don't know that I really like that in general. Yeah, our opponent continuing to stack energy on the board, given the presence of Tapu Lele in our backline, is also a curious decision. I mean, I guess it technically makes them better if I were to, like, Team Rocket them, I suppose, yeah? Can I win the game from here? Oh, wait, how do I beat two Lycan Rocks? I guess they don't hit me very hard. And they just put a 5th energy on that back one, so... murder you? Opponent about to read Tapu Lele for the first time. Okay, so I think the line is I Sabrina them, and then I hit them with Banette this turn so they can't attach an energy. And then next turn, I get a Team Rocket flip to lock them out again, because they only have 1 energy on here. Hope life's treating you well. You're Sabrina-ing me. Yeah, I mean, this is mostly a wash, right? Oh, I actually just have lethal now with the Guzma, right? I don't need to flip a coin. Because Spiteful Dance is plus 60. So we Guzzy boy here to knock the cape off. Capes, plural, I suppose. And then this is lethal. Guzzled. Guzzled! Split my time streaming about 25% standing, 25% riding my bike, and about 50% regular sitting. Yeah, we're explicitly not a sweaty stream. Although I mostly exercise in my buddy's garage, so it's not been a very sweaty endeavor recently. It's gonna change as we get towards summer, I wager, though. Honestly, I think I just knocked this off with Guzma and smacked them for 20. I have 2 researches, but I think I just want to keep my Shuppet healthy. Are you going to try Luxray Aquario? Eventually, I'm going to try everything, gamers. There's just only so many hours in the day. Punish a little for Guzmaying aggressively. That being said, if we find our Banette here, we lock the Skarmory from being able to attach energy, which is nice. I'm kind of into that. I don't know if it's right, but I'm into it. And then, when they eventually murder Tapu Lele, the Oricorio can one-shot the Skarmory. So punish for Guzmaying early. How do you feel about Gengar this expansion? I think EX Gengar is still incredibly bait. I think Baby Gengar is very reasonable. I posted a video with that one somewhat recently, and it's fine. They're just never beating me without Solgaleo, right? So we just Sabrina and clear with Farfetch'd. Super rewarded for taking the energy arrow line last turn. We're like, we don't have a lot of energy on the board, but also everything attacks for 1, so it's like, sure, why not? Giddy up. Do they have another basic? Do they have another basic? Oh man, our opponent has never read a Pokemon Pocket card in their life before, and maybe they'll consider starting today, but certainly up until this moment, they have never read one prior.